Ettore Sottsass was an Italian architect and designer of the late 20th century. In this video clip, we will be talking about his biography, his career, his design philosophies and works. Sottsass was born on 14 September 1917 in Innsbruck, Austria. His parents moved to Turin in 1929 because it boasted the best architecture faculty in Italy, and his father wanted him to study there. And then, in 1939, he graduated with a degree in architecture. As he had to serve in the military during the World War II, he only got to set up his design studio in Milan in the year 1948. In 1949, Sottsass married Fernando Pivano, a writer, journalist, translator, and critic. Then he began working as a design consultant in 1956 for Olivetti, designing office equipment, typewriters, and furniture. He was hired by Adriano Olivetti, the founder, to work alongside with his son Roberto. The Royal College of Art, London, granted him a doctoral degree in 1968. Sottsass and his wife divorced in 1970, and in 1976 he married Barbara Radis, an art critic. In 1980, Sottsass began assembling a major design consultancy, which he named Sottsass Associati. It gave the possibility to build architecture on a substantial scale, as well as to design for large international industries. In 1981, he led a design movement known as the Memphis Movement, which was named after a Bob Dylan song. Then in 1985, he quit the Memphis collective work so he could concentrate on his studio. He died at the age of 90 in 2007. Sottsass had set up his own architectural and industrial design studio in Milan in 1948. In 1956, he began working as a design consultant for Olivetti. While continuing to design for Olivetti in the 1960s, he developed a range of objects which were expression of his personal experiences traveling in the United States and India. The feeling that his creativity was being stifled by corporate work is documented in his 1973 essay, When I Was a Very Small Boy. Ettore began assembling a major design consultancy which he named Sottsass Associati. His studio was established in 1980. Now let's take a look on his design philosophies. Sottsass' theory was that they were formally exonerated from the ethnic state of ownership. He went on to explain that he was not the least bit interested in making elegant or graceful objects, and even less so in designing silent things that leave the viewer secure in his psychic or cultural status quo. He even stated, "To me, design is a way of discussing life. It is a way of discussing society, politics, eroticism, food, and even design." When Design Boom interviewed him and asked him about his style, he replied, "I truly believe that our duty as an architect or a designer is to design things which attract luck, rooms which protect people. I don't design things in any style, even less so in any fashion style. I design things for life states." And he was further asked about his idea of the evolution of his philosophy, to which he replied, "At the beginning, when I was very young, full of presumption, theoretical, very aggressive, I was very tied to turn off the century functionalism to the idea of functional style, but gradually I left that behind, because I found a new source of inspiration. From then on, I began to try to figure out what I could be in terms of this society, the people, the necessity which surrounded me. Memphis was a sort of exercise." With Memphis, Sottsass wanted to define a new approach to design that broke free of the restrictions of functionalism. "When I was young, all we ever heard about was functionalism, functionalism, and functionalism." Sottsass once said, "It's not enough. Design should also be sensual and exciting." Here are a few of his works.